All right, well, here we go. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to our Freedom Revolution event. My name is Christy Nix. I am a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, and alongside me are some pretty incredible women in my life who are going to share some of their stories and just kind of let you know what they're up to. So first, we want to thank you guys for your time. We know it's precious. So let's just get started. Play along with me. Hold your fist up. Did you know that we're supposed to be eating, first of all, 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, but it's supposed to be the size of your fist. So each fist is a serving size. How many of you guys have made that happen today, 9 to 13? Most people don't make it happen. If you're an athlete or you've been working out an hour a day, you should be eating 16 to 18 different servings. So we know the struggle is real. But we also all know, I've yet to meet someone who doesn't know what fruits and vegetables are. So we all know what fruits and vegetables are. We know we're supposed to eat a lot. And we all know that we can benefit by eating more every single day. So that's the goal. Are you getting those fistfuls daily? I know even as an individual who is very passionate about health, a lot of my friends call me the crazy vegan, that I struggle too. That's one of the many reasons why I love this whole food-based product that we call Juice Plus. That's helping us bridge that gap between what we are eating and what we should be eating every single day. So I'm a pretty simple person, and I love it because Juice Plus is a very simple concept. I'll just kind of give you an idea of what these look like. You could probably see it on a website, but sometimes it's kind of nice to just see it here together. I'm gonna put the orange one down for a second because this is called our trio. This is fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains. And this is the foundation of a very narrow product line that we have. It's literally 30 fruits and vegetables and berries that have been grown to peak of ripeness. They are non-GMO, they're pesticide and herbicide free, and they come with a flip top lid and a nutrition label. So we don't have to worry about anyone overdosing. This is like going to the grocery store and buying produce. They've just made it a simpler version for us. So it's the micronutrition we all need. It's kind of like the oil that you put into your car. Your car is not going to run well if it doesn't have oil in it. So all of this produce is blended into a capsule and blended and then put into a capsule. So that food label that I showed you is really what separates us from the rest of the industry of supplements. It is not a supplement label. It's a whole food supplement. So that's Juice Plus. It's simple. It's not meant to replace fruits and vegetables. We just kind of want to bridge that gap. One of the things that I love most about this company is that it allows us to sponsor children to be on our products for free. We also do have a gummy version, and these bags have a Ziploc bag into them. So they're easy for little hands to get into, and we want that. We don't have to worry about them overdosing on it. The more they eat, the better. So even if you don't have kids, like I don't, I can still sponsor kids to be on Juice Plus. What will happen is the child gets to be on for 4 months for free. And then if that adult continues to take the product over the course of the next year to 4 years, that child will continue to stay on Juice Plus for free. Pretty incredible. So imagine that foundation of health of putting the nutrition of 20 different fruits and vegetables into their body every single day. And what's really incredible is that we've had 1 million children around the world participate in this study. So it's the largest observational children's health study in the world. The other product that we have is our complete shakes. So they come in chocolate and vanilla flavor. These are the macronutrients. Like I said, our capsules are the micronutrition. These are the macronutrients. So instead of being the oil for our body, it's like the gas that gets us from meal to meal. It's the gas in a car. Like we couldn't drive from New York to LA on one tank of gas. We got to keep refueling. And that's what these are all about. They're all about balancing our carbs, our proteins, our fats. It's essential for fat loss, for muscle building, and all sorts of the results that people are actually looking for. So I don't know if you've ever heard people say that fitness is 20% and exercise is 80%. It's all 80% nutrition. So we can't out-train a bad diet. It will catch up with us. So these shakes are perfect for meeting people where they're at. I love to have them in my shaker bottle. Yes, you can blend them, but I like to just pour it into a shaker bottle, even with water, shake it up, and I'm out the door in 30 minutes or 30 seconds. So they taste really good. They have a smooth consistency, and they're loaded with superfoods in it. So it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's highly bioavailable, and it's also low glycemic. And for people who are snack bar fans, we do have a snack bar version as well. And then the Omega blend, where I had it in my hand earlier, this has been 10 years in the making. I am so excited about this. We recently got it about a year ago. It's completely plant-based, and it's omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, which is unheard of to find in the market now, except for us. So I'm not sure if you guys actually know this, but fish actually don't produce omegas. And this entire time I thought they did. They are actually getting the omegas from the food they eat, from algae. So our omega goes straight from the source, and we skip that middle fish. And it's also vegan cold press capsule, which is quite revolutionary in its own right. But my favorite thing is merging the products together for an amazing program. We have a program called the Shred 10. So if anyone decides to get on these products, they're going to get a massive value added when they utilize our health program that we offer for free. You get all the products, we give you the program for free. It includes an eating guide, recipes, online support to help others get the results you're looking for. So if any of this interests you, just get with the person who invited you. But for me, it's more about the stories and the results that people have gotten. So I'm so excited to introduce these incredible women to share a little bit about what these products have done for them. Mary, if you can unmute yourself, I'm going to have you go ahead and share first.
Okay. My name is Mary, married to Kevin, and we have 3 grown children. We have 5 grandchildren, and I love to travel to visit them. They're all in different states. I've been a nurse for 32 years. I'm very active. I love to hike, bike, and run. And I'm thankful that God's given me this ability to be active. Before I started Juice Plus, I had really low energy. I remember working 12-hour shifts where I work out here. They had just started that, and I was thinking, I can't do this. I remember my first shift, and I came home and I was exhausted. I had to, I just slept, and then even the next day after that shift, I slept. So that was one of the things I just had really low energy. And then on my days off too, I would take naps in the afternoon. The other thing I had was I had trouble sleeping. I could get, I have to get up in the night to go to the bathroom, and then I couldn't get back to sleep again. So that was really frustrating. But and the other thing I have always struggled my whole life with adult acne. And I actually just had different issues with that, with my skin, with breakouts, with cystic acne. And the other thing too I have is sinus problems, or I had, I should say. And I just kind of always had, my nose would just run a lot, and I had a constant drip, and I had to take Flonase, which is a nasal spray. So when I first started on the Trio, and I noticed after, it was a short time, I noticed I had an amazing amount of energy. I was just, I couldn't believe it. I was doing those 12-hour shifts, and at this time then I was working full time. And I was really 14-hour shifts because nurses never get out on time. But I just noticed that I just had all this energy throughout the day, and I didn't tire at all. And I no longer, on my days off, didn't have to take naps. And that was one thing I noticed right away. And I was sleeping better at night. I would still get up to go to the bathroom, but when I got back, I could sleep, and I'd sleep more soundly, I noticed. That was huge for me. And I remember one day I forgot to take my fruit and veggie capsules, and I started to break out on my face. I had a cystic spot on my face where I was breaking out. So I immediately went and took my fruit and veggie capsules, and then the next day I just noticed it was gone. So it helped it. It was resolved in a day. And then the other real great thing that for me is, having that problem with my sinuses all the time, and then the postnasal drip stopped. I no longer have to take my Flonase anymore, and actually don't take anything for that at all. So that was huge for me too. And just the other thing that I wanted to say is about a month into taking Juice Plus, my husband and I applied for some life insurance. And when we applied for the life insurance, we had to get blood tests done. So, and my husband, I guess I didn't mention this earlier, but he takes the trio as well. And so we both got our results back, and both of our cholesterols went down. So we were really excited about that too. And that was only after a month being on it. And we hadn't done anything different. So we couldn't really, so I really think it was from the Juice Plus. So I'm really thankful for Juice Plus, and I really wished I'd heard about it years ago. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. I totally agree. I'm guilty. I did hear about it years ago from a doctor and a personal trainer, and I ignored them. How silly of me. But thankfully I figured it out, and I shared it with these two ladies who are also going to share their story, and I might as well pass it to the other nurse, right, Joan? From one nurse to the next. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, Mary, I'm a nurse too, and I've been a nurse for a really long time. So about my story is this: about 10 years ago, I wasn't feeling very good about myself. I was probably postmenopausal, and I was feeling fat and lethargic, and that really made me feel irritable and unloving. And what made it worse is I really had sensitivities. I don't know why, sensitivities to fruits and vegetables. So I really had to have a beige diet, because if I ate fruits and vegetables, it played havoc with my body anyway. So I came up with this idea that I would just do vitamins to help me feel better, and those shakes, over-the-counter shakes that would help me lose weight. Well, those tasted terrible, and the vitamins didn't make any difference. Then one blessed day, Miss Christie here comes along. She goes, "Oh, I got a product that I'd like to introduce you to. Thought you might want to try." And at first I was a little hesitant, because I thought, it's got fruits and vegetables that I'm sensitive to. But then my intuition, my nursing intuition kicked in and said, go for it. And maybe you have a homeopathy effect on you, so try it. What the heck, what do I got to lose? So I did, and it was perfect. I did well with them. And then I think it was about 7 years ago, Christy and Nancy and I went to conference when they introduced the complete shakes. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know these are going to be good, because my purpose of having shakes was because as a hospice nurse, I work on the road. I don't have time to eat. So, I pack my lunch, and I don't want processed food, can't eat processed food. Shakes are just an answer to my prayer. And boy, I tasted them, and they were so good. I was like, yep, another oh yeah moment. I'm doing these. So fast forward 10 years. I mean, it's been 10 years probably since Christy and I started on the journey together. And here I am, going to be 68 in less than a month. It's hard to say. And I still have a lot of energy to work as a nurse. I work in a hospice nurse, and that takes some energy. So, but I still like doing it. And like you, Mary, my blood work at 68 years old is great. It's perfect. My doctor said, I can't believe you must be one of the few people in Michigan that has a vitamin D level that's in with normal limits. I don't know what product is doing that in the Juice Plus line, but I'll take it. And I don't take any medications. The only medication I might take is a Tylenol once in a while for a headache, but I don't take any prescribed medications. That's unheard of for someone that's my age. And my weight, it's better than it was 10 years ago. I have a pair of shorts that I've had for over 10 years. And guess what? I can still wear them, and they feel better than they did a long time ago. What I found is that I rarely crave sugar, salt, or fat. And even if I do, it's like a one-day binge, and then like done, don't need it. So since I started this journey, I got to say I'm so pleased that I would. The other benefit of taking the fruits and vegetables is my allergies are just about gone. My sensitivities are just about gone. I can eat any fruit and vegetable now. I crave them, and I'd say that that's how my diet is: vegan foods. So I'm very happy with the results. Christy?
That's quite the difference from a beige diet to have like this rainbow of color. And so just a little tip about the vitamin D. I know all about that deficiency. When I got started on Juice Plus, I was living in Seattle, so I was very vitamin deficient as well. But they actually have vitamin D in the shakes, and it's not like an isolated fragmented substance. It actually comes from mushrooms. So that's where you're getting the vitamin D from. Just a little nugget of information.
Good to know.
So someone else who knows very well the struggle of getting vitamin D in Northern Michigan is my mom. And she's going to share a little bit with you guys about what her experience has been like. And I'm so grateful. You only get one mom, so it's great to know that she's been taking this for a while with us too. Mom?
Hey.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. Okay. So, yes, Christy introduced me to Juice Plus, and to me it made sense. I was always wanting a pill. I didn't want to cook. I didn't really care to have to think about a meal, but so a pill made really good sense to me. And also, I suffered from chronic sinus, and Mary, you can relate to that then. It's sinus infections is usually what I ended up with, which caused me to be sick and exhausted for weeks at a time. And it happens more than several times a year. It was very frustrating. And then of course you ended up getting an antibiotic, which I don't really care to put into my gut. So anyway, and then also trying to be healthy in the small northern Michigan town I live in, don't have a lot of access to a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, particularly during the fall and winter time, spring. We only have 2 stores to shop in, and those stores have limited quantities of fresh fruits and vegetables, and I have to shop at 2 if I really want to get anything. If they even have anything that's worth buying, like any green leafy vegetables for kale, it's usually wilted and limp. Apples and bananas are bruised, and oranges, they usually are squishy. It's really stuff you'd probably throw away if you had it in your refrigerator. So that's what my choices were for fruits and vegetables. My energy was good, and I was consistent at working out. I was usually pretty thin, but then menopause came, and those extra love handles and that fluff in my belly came along. And despite working out, I couldn't lose those extra pounds. I didn't feel real good about myself. I couldn't fit in a lot of clothes. I live on a lake. I love to swim and wear my bathing suit, but I didn't feel good at doing that. And really, I just wanted to feel better I didn't want to buy new clothes. I wanted to feel better than the ones I had. But now, I guess it's been 10 years. I feel better than before. My energy is higher than ever. I don't take any medications, and I feel great as far as my weight. I've been working out. I'm able to lift heavier weights, and I can work out longer. I hike with women who are 14 years younger than I am, and we walk up ski hills, and I can keep up with them. So I feel really good about that. And my love handles and my fluffy are gone, I would say, for the most part. I feel really blessed, extremely blessed and thankful for this product, and really want more people should know about this, especially people my age. And all of this can happen because of the better nutrition I'm getting. And that's what I have to sum it up to, is the reason for my improvements is definitely for the nutrition I'm getting. In fact, my dentist is coming up, and I know what she's going to say, my dental hygienist. She always says it every year. You have the healthiest gums I've seen. And every year, that's since Juice Plus, and she mentions that every year. So I think that has something to do with your health also. So I've mentioned Juice Plus to her several times, but one of these times I'm going to have her take the bait, so she'll ask more about it. But anyway, I chalk it up to the Juice Plus product.
Well, all these stories absolutely kind of support the science that's behind Juice Plus, especially the dental part. We do have a dental study that shows that there is, less plaque, there's less bleeding gums. So nutrition plays a role in so many things. We are, if you ask Siri who the most thoroughly researched nutritional product in the world is, she's going to tell you that it's Juice Plus. And I encourage you to get your blood tested. Mary told you after 30 days there was a change. I mean, we rely on the science. So it's not so much, yes, you can have these great experiences on the outside of what these ladies just shared, but really it's about knowing what's happening on the inside. So I highly encourage you to get that blood test beforehand and let science show you what you're investing into your body. So I want to transition into this story. I mean, we've had such great experiences with these products that to me, it was a no-brainer that I needed to align with this company and let people know that this made a difference. I remember reading a quote that said, the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. They're so good for you that they could actually save your life. And when I realized that the majority of the people aren't even getting at least 3 fistfuls of fruits and vegetables a day, I knew I had to do something with this company. So at that same time, though, I was very skeptical. So I want to kind of cover some of that. If you think about a traditional business model, there's usually one top position: CEO, an owner of a business, a principal. Think of like a pyramid structure. The reality is that working our way up the ladder isn't what it used to be. I'm sure these ladies can tell you about that. I know a lot of their experiences. The same companies are easily outsourcing their work, making it difficult for in-house employees to move up. And that's what I love about the Juice Plus company, is that we all start at that same position. We all have the same opportunity and our ability to work ourselves up through the ranks like any company. But that's what's very different about the Juice Plus company, is that we don't have that limitation on the amount of people that can get to the top. So it's kind of more of like a rectangular shape for us. The pinnacle position in the business is National Marketing Director. I'm proud to say that my team has helped me get to that position 3 years ago. And I am committed to help as many people as possible reach that position who want it. Because why would you turn away a full health benefits package, a medical, dental, disability, life, chiropractic, and more, to be your own boss? And the cool thing is that in order to achieve this position, one has had to reach down and help other people rise. And that's one of my favorite things about this industry. The second thing I was really skeptical about is in a business such as this, is I thought the only way to be successful was to annoy your friends. So I can tell you this business has nothing to do with annoying or hunting people down. It's more about helping those people, especially in 2 distinct areas. So one area is health. Like I mentioned earlier, I think we'd all agree that there are many people out there looking to take their health to the next level. And we can help by recommending our program, by recommending our products, by sharing our personal experience like these ladies just did, or the experience of others. That's what we do. We are paid storytellers. When I first took a look at this, I decided I'd give it a try. And immediately I thought of my mom. I thought of my aunt. I thought of people who could benefit by looking for better health. And they're not getting their 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And I knew people who wanted to lose weight, who struggled with their energy, their allergies, constipation, eczema, you name it. People are struggling. And I heard these stories and I just took a genuine interest in them. And I found out if they were still looking for a solution, that was all I did. And that's what it's all about. We share our favorite movies, our favorite recipes, the stores that we go to. This is the same thing. And then the other side of our business is that we help people from a lifestyle and financial point of view. I don't know many of you that, would turn down an extra $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 a month. That makes a difference for so many people. I know a lot of families and individuals where extra income like that could make a huge difference. For so many people, it's the difference between a mortgage and losing their home. And my final concern was that I thought I needed to know a lot of people in order to make this successful in this type of business. And the bottom line is it's not necessarily the case. It's not who you know, it's who you know and who they know and how we can help everyone. So, I'm talking to a mom over here that I just adore, and she goes out and talks to 10 of her gal pals to start taking their health back after all the summer debauchery we just had. I'm chatting with one friend at the gym, and then they go and share with their friends on a ladies' mountain bike ride. So bottom line, it's not who you know, but who you know and who they know. And stories like this become this beautiful ripple effect of how we help people. So like I said, we're paid storytellers. So how do we get paid? Once I understood these 3 things, I realized it's important to understand for everyone to know how we get paid. The first way we get paid is through retail sales profit. So when I talk about this, all we are doing is connecting the customer with the company. So the company does everything for us. They ship the product to the customer. They bill the customer. I am carrying no inventory except for what I just showed you guys. They they pay my team, they pay me. I don't have to deal with any exchange of money at all. I can have customers in over 25 different countries at this point around the world and build a global business from my cell phone. Another way we get paid is bonuses, and those are so fun when they come in the mail. Who doesn't love a bonus? I know a lot of people look forward to Christmas bonuses, but they've been whittling out even, with other companies, and we consistently get ours every single year. There's a lot of bonuses in this business. Not only do you receive a bonus for yourself and your activity, but when you're helping those other people achieve, you get to be rewarded too. So there is some real encouragement about raising people up and helping them become successful in our business. So to start, the bonuses begin at like $100 and $300 with some very simple things to do, but our bonuses go up to $10,000. So it's pretty awesome to have that opportunity. And then the third way we get paid is called performance bonus. And this is that residual income that's possible in this business when you get paid on a percentage of sales that go through your entire business monthly. So this is a thing that has us stand out from the crowd. So even when I'm traveling or when life's happening and I can't tend to my business is still open, which is very different from a traditional business ownership, where when I owned my film business, I had to show up in order to get paid. I was trading dollars for hours all the time. And because everyone in my team has a vested interest in growing their own business, my business is growing with or without me, and it has the potential to do that for you too. So I just want to have these ladies go round robin again and just share a little bit about what this business has done for them and maybe what the draw was, just a little bit about their experience. So Mary, let's start with you again.
Well, as I said earlier, I'm a nurse, and I feel like nursing was kind of keeping me away from doing the things that were important to me. I couldn't always get the time off to visit my kids, and they're all 3 in different states, and see my grandchildren. And when I found out about Juice Plus, I don't know, it's so much more easier and flexible. And I also love to travel, especially to see my kids. And so now when I travel, if I went back to New York and I shared Juice Plus with a friend, and so I was able to use that as a write-off. So I pretty much wrote the whole trip off, which was really nice. But I also love the mission of this business to inspire healthy living around the world. And I feel I've been doing that by helping people get healthier. And we have just a great gift here. We really do. And I just want to share it. And if I don't share it with people, I feel like I'm doing them a dissatisfaction, and by not telling them about it. So that's it, really. It's about all I have. But
yes, and I know your daughter is in the business too. So how nice that you get to write off those plane tickets to go see her. Yeah. And that's every family reunion. My mom and my aunt are on my team. So getting that opportunity as a business owner to also spend time with them is a gift. So Joan, I know you've come to you mentioned conference already. So what has this business done for you in the years you've been alongside me doing this mission?
Boy, it's done so many things for me. I'm just so impressed with all the personal and professional growth I've had. Can you still see me there? Okay. So we've got, one of the things is just helped me move out of my comfort zone from nursing. I mean, that was my my focus for most of my career. And now I'm able to think about something else besides just being a nurse. I don't mean to be just being a nurse, but I'm glad that I can travel. I'm glad that I can learn about, when I think about, I've met so many extraordinary women and men in this business, from big boomers down to the millennials, or what's the next generation after the millennials. I've met those people. I've learned because of the Juice Plus business. I've networked with so many other people, and like Mary, I go out and I go, oh, I hear your story. I want to talk to you about the Juice Plus business. I could really help you get healthy again. So those are just some of the benefits. I think about having my own business, and it's I want to retire, and Juice Plus is going to help me have a retirement income to supplement the retirement I've kind of earned over the years. But as a nurse, you don't get the best retirement, not like teachers or firemen, or well, nobody gets it too much anymore. So I'm looking really forward to what the business can do, what the business future holds for me, and this wonderful company. I think the mission, inspiring healthy living around the world, is fantastic. So I'm excited to have a secure retirement income from the business and continue on this journey of growth. It's not something I'm going to want to retire from. It's just something I'm going to keep learning about.
Yeah, there's this saying in this company, if you're around for just even a little bit, they say it's a business that you retire into. You know, I'm 37 years old, and I wake up every single day knowing I'm secure with this company, but it's something that I love to do. I wake up wanting to work. So Mom, what has this been like for you?
Wow. Previous to working with Juice Plus, I was an HR director for a paper mill. Now, I loved the employees, and I loved helping people succeed in their jobs and helping the company succeed by hiring good people. But due to the nature of the business, I worked in the building that was extremely cold in the winter and hot in the summer, less than desirable work conditions. In the winter, I would wear winter boots and long underwear and fingerless gloves to work. My office was so cold, I had a space heater going all the time, but which is annoying, listening to that all day. My hands were chapped, my cracks and thumbs, and if I went out of my office, I had to put a winter coat on. So in the summer, it was extremely hot. And so that wasn't a very good environment either. And I worked a lot of hours, 50 to 60 hours a week. And I don't know if anybody knows much about Northern Michigan, and maybe perhaps it's like wherever you are, but our summers are short and precious few days to enjoy the lake I live on. So this has given me an opportunity to, if I want to go to work, I can work in my cozy, warm pajamas at home. And I can also sit outside in the summertime under a tree and look at the lake and work, which is a lot better than I had before. Also, it's given me personal development also, and expanded my comfort zone. And I've connected with a lot of like-minded people. And I'm surrounded by people who want to see me succeed, and I want to see them succeed. So it's been a great experience, and just a lot of love. A lot of lovely people, and it's fun, very fun. And I'm excited about the future, excited about having my husband retire to his job, this business that ties him down, so we can go visit my daughter in Hawaii and his son in Vermont, and go to Italy to see the MotoGP race. So it's going to give me all those opportunities, and it's very exciting. And I'm also excited for the company. They just keep giving us more, and they're so creative, and it's a pleasure.
Yes,
it's a
pleasure. Human resources manager's dream right there is how great this company treats everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you, ladies, for being on and sharing your stories. I really appreciate it. You know, like I said before, it's totally normal to be skeptical, but you can't deny these stories from these incredible women. So thank you guys again for joining us. If anything resonated with you guys at all, I urge you to reach out with the person who invited you to watch this video, or if you're on live, you know, reach out and get your questions answered, have that conversation. No one is attached to any income, you know, any type of like outcome on this. Just have a healthy conversation, get all your questions answered. For me, although I was really skeptical when I first saw this, I asked myself some questions. You know, what if? I think that's a big one. What if this could actually work? What if an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month could help me in my life right now? What would that be able to do for me in my future long term? So I'm so glad I kind of went through these questions with myself. I don't know where my life would be if I had not have taken a risk. Not even a risk. It's $50 a year to own your own franchise. So it was no risk at all. But where would I be with my time, my money, my relationships? So I want to say to you guys, if you're out there looking to break out of whatever you're doing, often we have to change in order for our lives to change. So I encourage you to look outside the box, see what else is out there with us. Hopefully we'll get to see you guys on the other side of this, maybe at conference or at one of our big events. So please just come say hi, and we have an amazing community to plug you into. It's been an absolute pleasure to jump on and share this mission with all of you guys. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day or evening wherever you're at.